Alright, Greenie, you're going down.
Uh-huh.
Ow! Damn it! Where would you go? This is not fair. It's totally not fair. I can't even see you.
That sucks.
Get out here and fight! Oh, found you!
Ha! Trick to the chest.
Yeah, this time, none of this is going invisible. That's cheating.
What?
Fair fight this time.
What are you talking about?
Fight. Here we go.
Yep.
And bicycle kick. Damn it. Damn it.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Making a comeback. Making a comeback. Still not. Damn it. Damn it.
Oh!
How the hell are you playing so good?
What are you talking about? You're playing the computer. I'm eating chips.
What?
What? Want one? How you doing, everybody? I'm Bill,
And I'm Neil.
and this is Random Tangent.
Ta-da.
Welcome again. This week's episode is going to be the inevitable, the wonderful,
The one we
the
talked
well
about.
and greatly sought after.
16-bit episode.
Yes!
Already.
Yes!
Not even 30 seconds in.
That was the best thing ever.
As always, we like to ask everyone to please like us if you haven't liked us yet. Subscribe to us if you haven't subscribed to us yet. Share, help us get the word out there. And please, please, please comment. Tell us what you want to see in future episodes. Tell us what you think of these episodes we've done so far. Let us know what games in the 16-bit era that you like, that you're mad that we didn't get to. Because I'm sure we left out the good portion of them.
Yeah, like, thousands.
Uh-huh. And Bill has a special shout-out he would like to do as soon as he's done doing whatever that is.
Drinking.
I don't think most people do it like that, though.
What are you talking about?
You look fierce about it.
I drink with anger.
It's like you're about to go to Valhalla.
To the gods! So, I'd like to put a special shout out to an individual I met online, started having a conversation with through a specific app. I won't get into it, mainly because until they're paying me, I ain't saying a friggin' thing. Yeah. Balls. I lost my train of thought. Fuck you, ADHD.
we
Hold on. Let me finish this out.
we gotta start a PayPal account just to buy a teleprompter for him. And a spit bucket.
And a speed reading class. Hey, fuck.
Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling.
Slow down. God didn't. We're doing something. I don't. So, a special shout out to, I believe her name is Ashley. She changed it a couple times on her. I believe her name is Ashley, but her, I believe she goes on this app by Lonely Hawk. I told her about the videos. She said she was going to take a look. So if you do, I'm the idiot you've been talking to.
I'm a friend of the idiot.
He's Fat Jesus.
Hello.
Or, if you're from Espanol, Fat Jesus. That's even funnier to me. I don't know why. Orale.
Is it gordito?
No, it's Fatto.
El Chavo.
He
Mucho. Mas.
Grande.
Alright, so let's get started. Let's go. 16-bit episode.
Are you on your fucking mind?
No Sonic?
No Sonic.
No Sonic. We're not doing Sonic. Let's talk about what we liked about the 16-bit era, which there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think top one, though, that we both commented on when we were playing this episode is just the variety of games that were available during that era.
Yes. It was a massive variety.
Like almost unmatched up until we're getting like all the independent developers that you can get on the marketplaces now.
Yeah.
We have not seen the variety that we had in the 16-bit era, I don't think. We had the platformers such as, well, of course, Mario and Sonic,
Vector Man.
Vector Man,
Just
Earthworm
because
Jim.
you haven't played it doesn't mean it didn't exist.
There's a lot of things I haven't played. I'll take your word for it. We had Earthworm Jim. That's another great one.
That was actually a really well designed one. A really interesting concept too.
We had adventure games such as Zelda. And Zelda. Don't need to say anything more, do you? Zelda.
I mean, at Zelda, you've pretty much covered the bases.
Uh-huh.
That's the good one, and then there's all the other ones that are.
There's more, but Zelda.
Uh-huh.
Fighting games. Games of consoles of this generation.
Let's see, you had Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and those two alone brought forth something that would last forever. Mortal Kombat brought along the ESRB with their blood, gore, guts, and violence, and Street Fighter brought along. They were actually the inventors of the combo.
True. Yes.
Up until that point, there was no combo system in any fighting games, including the original Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter 2 was a game Capcom liked so much that they kept on bringing it back over and over again.
Street Fighter 2 Ultra Extra Mega! What's different about it? Like, there's a character extra, dude. You can get, like, a red uniform for Ryu.
Is Cammy in it? Sold.
I'm gonna buy it, but... why? Ultra Mega Street Fighter Super Turbo.
It's kind of like Power Rangers. You just you add a new prefix to the beginning of it, and
you throw a different uniform in there, and you're golden.
Besides the big two, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, we also had Primal Rage, which I kind of have a soft spot for.
Yeah, I thought Primal Rage was always cool. I remember first time seeing it was at actually in the arcade at Six Flags.
Really?
And I was just like, what is this?
Are those dinosaurs fighting?
Is that a giant snake thing with legs? I'm playing this now. I mean, I gotta.
We also had during this era, I don't think we've seen the level that we had back then at any point since then, but the Sim and God games, we'll call them.
No.
Max
PC is the only place you will find those games.
In the amount, yeah, that amount.
But 16-bit era, that was when those games really held their own.
We had SimCity,
SimAnt,
SimCity 2000,
Populous,
SimEarth, Civilization,
yeah.
Theme Park, that was on the Genesis, where you can have you make a little theme park. It wasn't Roller Coaster Tycoon, but you know.
You had to go and say that word again, didn't you?
Are we doing a 16-bit era episode, or are we doing a Super Nintendo episode?
Alright, let me ask you something. Do you want me to answer honestly?
Okay, well, we'll definitely say it right now. This episode is going to be heavily biased.
I will say this. I will argue in defense of the Sega. The Sega had its share of games, but for me, personally, this is just straight personal opinion, it falls for the same reason. I'll play any system you give me. Like, I don't care. The question is when I get accustomed to a system, i.e., like, I'm accustomed to the Xbox, therefore, I own a PlayStation 3, never bought a PlayStation 4, but that's the system I'm used to. That's the system I play on. That's the system that has the games I want to play. Same with the Super Nintendo. It was a game I was used to. It was a system I liked. It had the games I liked. Sega, in my opinion, I didn't like the controller.
No.
That weird boomerang thing that they were going for just threw me.
I will say, I think they kind of got the controller down during that era. Like,
they did, yeah.
There have been some variations of it. I think the Xbox One's kind of like the preferred one now, just because it's very ergonomic.
Yeah.
The off-kilter joysticks. But take away the joysticks, it's more or less the same design as the Super Nintendo controller. It's got the 4 buttons.
Actually, hold that thought. So here we have, you can see the Super Nintendo controller. This is actually a wireless PC version, which is why it says 8-bit build gamepad. But it is
design
it's a very
model after
true to form Super Nintendo controller, down to the LNRs at the top and everything else. Now, if you compare that
to the
Xbox One controller and you put them side by side, I mean, he's right. Take that D-pad, move it up, eliminate that. What's the difference? You even got the buttons on the top. You know, your 2 shoulder buttons. So I mean, this controller really has, I think done a lot to innovate.
Definitely not like it. No, definitely not like that thing they brought out for the Nintendo 64.
That was different.
What do I do with it? What do I hold? What am I touching? And of course, we have to talk about one of the biggest genres of the 16-bit era, which would be the RPG genre.
Which, honestly, in the 16-bit era, I stand by the fact that that is truly the point in time in history when RPGs really they sunk their teeth in and they ran with it.
We're going to get to more RPG talk in the future, but just mention a few of the ones, the great ones from then.
Oh.
Obviously, the Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy III.
Even Mystic Quest.
It has moments.
It was not a horrible.
It's playable.
Yeah, it was good for someone like me that wasn't into RPGs.
Would you like to explain what Mystic Quest was?
It was Final Fantasy Light.
Yeah.
Or Final Fantasy for retards, however you want to learn.
If it came out in a big yellow book, it would be Final Fantasy for dummies.
It was like, okay, how do we make this as simple as possible? Well, we have the gems and this, and you could do... No. How about this? Give him a sword, let him adventure.
Uh-huh. But beyond that, we had Final Fantasy II. I'm not sure what the other numeration of it is. But here it's called Final Fantasy II, which decent story, and completely topped by Final Fantasy III, one of my all-time favorites.
Which was then topped by Final Fantasy VII.
I've never actually played that one, so I can't argue with it. But since we are talking about the 16-bit era, you automatically lose.
Put it to you this way: if I like it that much, it's better. Because I hate RPGs, except for Zelda. Zelda's the shit.
Well, by the same developer, Squaresoft, we also had Chrono Trigger.
Very good one.
Excellent game. Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, which is another one.
Who made Evermore? Evermore was
Squaresoft.
Squaresoft.
It was actually the only game ever designed by North American Squaresoft.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They did one game and went.
It wasn't an overwhelming response to it, even though I think it was
the Japanese are pumping them out, working nonstop. The Americans are like, that was tough.
We did one. Check it out. Like, yeah, we've done 10. We've done 10.
We've done 10 today.
Besides just Squaresoft, another company, Enix, came with a whole bunch of good ones. Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia.
And Enix was actually so good of a company in building the RPG format that Square would later buy them out to create Square Enix.
They merged.
Actually, which did they ended up?
No, they're still together. Actually, I think we've talked about them before when we were talking about video game movies that was supposed to go through earlier than it did, but got put on hold because of that Final Fantasy movie that came out and lost a ton of money. And Enix was like, we're not sure if we want to be a part of this.
You know what? We fold.
Then Capcom got into the RPG business there. Breath of Fire.
Nintendo got into the RPG.
True. Mario had an RPG. I think Squaresoft was behind it, but still they were like, put Mario in it. Mario wants
I still like the comment you made earlier that nobody's actually ever seen Mario plumb shit.
True. Yes, this is true. Think about all the jobs that Mario has had.
Doctor, lawyer.
Has he been a lawyer? Probably.
Probably. I mean,
race car driver.
Fighter.
Yeah. Multi-athlete. He's played tennis. He's played soccer. He's played baseball.
You name a sport, he has his nose in it.
Uh-huh.
That big Italian nose.
Never actually seen him do any plumbing.
I've seen him go down pipes. That's.
Uh-huh. He's been near pipes before.
Yeah, he's been in my... What?
Mm-hmm. Like, that should have been in the Wii era, at least, when you could do all the motion controls. Like, just plunge a toilet. Earn your keep, Mario.
Yeah, what the hell? I just thought about that, too.
That era also had a ton of games that one kind of were just on their own.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Revolution X.
Actually, I was going to say the Caesar's Palace game. You got the experience, the joy of not only going to this casino and playing slots, playing video poker, playing blackjack, playing Red Dog. I'm not sure if that is a game that exists outside of that game. But you could also go up and talk to...
Red Rocket?
Red Dog.
That's a weird game to play in a casino. Yeah.
But you know what's awesome? You could also go up and talk to other casino patrons and be like, have you played blackjack? No? You should play blackjack. Okay. That was...
Because, that's not odd and creepy. Just walking around, hey, you played blackjack?
What else do we have? We had a plethora of fishing games for the era. I don't think we've seen that on consoles.
They had, really, they had, if you could think of a game, it existed in the 16-bit era in some format.
Did they have a flying game of any sort?
Yeah. Pilot Wings.
Exactly.
They had Pilot, and actually that was a combo platter. That was flying, skydiving, the whole 9 yards.
A rocket pad for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there's just so much variety. Hell, there was even this.
He sparkles.
Sparkle kick. One other thing that came into being during the 16-bit era that is still prevalent today amongst all the other consoles would be the intense rivalry.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, I think the 16-bit era, yeah, that was definitely the spawn of the rivalry, I think.
It got, I think, everyone accustomed to it, and we just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Now, granted, during the 8-bit era, there was other 8-bit systems, but really, that was Nintendo's, they're the grand undisputed
Yeah, but
champs.
see, here's the difference. What creates a rivalry isn't the fact that you have something and I have something. It's the competition. 8-bit era had, this system, and this system, but when this system's $700, this system's $800, and this one's $500, but you're 2, you win. Like, there's no real fight there.
Well, that, and Nintendo very wisely in the 8-bit era, the 3rd generation, 16-bit era was 4th generation, they had the, if you remember, the gold and white seal of approval, which was key, because the thing that caused the video games to crash before that was the fact that anyone can make, you have an idea for a video game, throw it out there.
And really, when you think about it, you could actually kind of attribute the, well, you can't even kind of, but they brought back gaming. I mean, they really did. They brought it back from the grave. Also, by doing that, it was kind of this little lull for people to be like, oh, okay, somebody's taking care of us. We're not going to see the crap we were seeing before.
Definitely, yeah. So Nintendo very smartly, if you want to have a game on our system, it's got to meet our standards.
And there were some strict-ass standards. To look that up, that's fun.
And seeing as no other companies were really taking it that seriously, I'd say, Nintendo ruled that 3rd generation. 4th generation came along, though, all of a sudden Sega came out of nowhere and went after Nintendo.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, Genesis actually came out after Super Nintendo.
I still say it came out a little bit ahead of time.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up and bring that up in the next portion of this episode. Actually, screw that bullshit. So, after a little research, because it did bug us, we looked it up, and it turns out the Genesis actually did come out 2 years prior to Nintendo. Now, that sets a precedent that's unrivaled in the fact that you had a system that had a 2-year advantage and got steamrolled.
They held
on for a while, but at the end of the day, Nintendo was still around. Where's Sega?
They're making
their games.
They're making games for Nintendo. That doesn't scream, "You're my bitch." So that's gonna end our episode for today. Tune in next time when we're gonna still keep on talking about more 16-bit topics, having some more fun with it.
Mr. Lava.
Hopefully, I can talk them out of doing that, but no promises.
Don't count on it. This is episode 11.1. Like, subscribe, share, love us. Comment down below on anything you might like to see, hear, know, love.
I have no idea what I'm doing with my hand
And
right now.
for Ashley out there, if you're watching, I told you, we're not all that bright.
No.
So,
Believe us.
I'm sorry you had to watch this.
There's more.
And soon it begins. Bye, everybody. No, wait, that's Power Rangers. Why do I not know our theme song?